it's Courtney. Happy Tuesday. I hope that whatever y'all are doing today, that you're having a lovely day and that you're spending it with somebody that you love. So today is a serious topic. Look at this, y'all. I got motherfucking notes, so you know it's serious whenever I write notes down because I want to stay on topic. I wanted to film this in my bathroom where it was peace and quiet and all that, but y'all know that ain't gonna happen. So this is the next best thing, writing notes so I can at least stay on track. There might still be some background noise. I hope not. I hope they're not too loud. But they're kids. They're going to be playing. So anyways, today I want to talk about Rh negative blood type. It's not really talked about a lot, and I don't really know anybody that makes videos about it. I looked it up today, and I couldn't find anybody just speaking about it and the effects and how it can affect your life. So I'm just going to go through some little facts right here, and then I'm going to tell you my story about my struggle with Rh negative blood type. I don't even know which blood type I am. I just know that I'm Rh negative. You can either be positive or negative. And I am negative, which means, okay, everybody that's a positive blood type, Sarah Locklear Uncensored, go subscribe to her. That's who just texted me. I love that girl. She's a sweetheart. I've always said this. She is definitely an acquired taste. But if you love yourself some Southern girls that tell the truth about everything, whether you like it or not, that's your girl. And also, you guys, let me know because somebody asked me about. I've had a couple people ask me about where I get my rings. I mean, I wear rings on just about all my fingers. I just put that on just to screw around. I'm not actually wearing it because I wear it all the time. But I just thought it was pretty. So I wanted to put it on to show this one too. And then I've got these ones. I don't always wear big rings. Most of the time I just wear my small little dainty rings. But if it's something that I think will match what I'm wearing, I go ahead and wear it like this one. This one matches like almost everything that I wear because my favorite colors are pink, blue, and purple. Especially to wear. Those are my favorite colors. Pink and purple make my eyes, make the green in my eyes pop a lot. I don't know, they're not really popping today, but I don't think at least. But purple usually makes them like really pop. And pink and reds and pinks do the same thing, and then blue make my eyes look really blue. And then like orangish colors make my eyes look like really gray colored. I don't know, it's really weird. Here's my outfit of the day though. I'm wearing like one of those, I don't know. I thought it was going to look a lot cuter than what it does. I don't really like how it looks on now that I'm wearing it. It's got like the poofy sleeves and then like the stretch. I don't know. I thought I was going to like it a lot more than what I do. I like hippie-ish looking things. And it's just ain't doing it for me. Let me know if y'all like the shirt. I tried it off the shoulders too, and it really doesn't look right because this is shaped like, I guess you're supposed to tie it, and it probably looks a little bit better, but I think it would just look weird tied too. So I don't really know what to do with it. If you guys know anything to like make it look cuter, let me know. And also let me know, give this video a like if you'd like to know where all my rings came from. Each one, of course, has a little story, and I'd be more than glad to do a video like that. But this video is about Rh negative blood types and kind of about like anti-D babies as well. So here we go. So we all know, well, some people might not know, but everybody either has A, B, O, or AB blood. I don't even know which type of blood I have. I just know that it's Rh negative blood type. And then on top of that, you can be A negative, B negative, O negative, AB negative, or you can be A positive, B positive, O positive, AB positive. Or if you're Rh negative, pretty much what Rh negative means is that if you're positive, if you're an A, you can take either, in a blood transfusion, you can either take A or B, or not A or B. If you are A positive, you can take A negative or A positive blood for a transfusion. But if you are Rh negative, it means that you can only take other negatives' blood. Like say I was an A, if you gave me A positive blood, it would probably kill me. Because your body tries to attack the new blood, and unfortunately attacks your body as well. So, what else? So it's called the Rheesus Factor. That's what the RH stands for, is Rheesus Factor. It's very rare. only 15% of people have the negative, 85% are positive. Um, they have no and they have no issue retrieving blood from positive or negative. I just said that. But for someone like me, RH blood can be fatal, as the body will try to destroy the foreign antigens, which is the foreign blood. So I just said all that. I didn't realize that I just said what I wrote down, basically. Okay, so say this is where the real problem comes in. Well, first of all, I'll say RH negative people, it's really strange. It's also obviously rare, but we tend to have lower than normal blood pressures, and lower heart rates. We also usually have an extra vertebrae in our back. There's a few other things that RH negative people have that's kind of, different than most people. I don't know all of the list of all of them, but like I said, the ones that I know is we have lower blood pressure, lower heart rate, and an extra vertebrae. So there's that. I can't remember, but I did watch a video because, like I said, I tried to find out like more about it, and there's not really a lot of videos telling, because scientists don't know. They don't know why. They don't know where it came from. They don't know, because it is believed that all life, all living people came from Africa at one point or another. That all living beings came from Africa. But everyone in Africa, literally everyone in Africa, was RH negative or RH positive. So that means that scientists either believe that obviously there was life somewhere else, but some scientists think that it is believed that all human life started in Africa, but they all are RH positive. So scientists have no idea where RH negative, I'm just going to read this for a second, where RH negative blood came from. They believe that RH people may have come from outside sources. For the people who couldn't see. So that means they believe that either it's from an alien source, or some people, and I'm laughing saying this because I would think I would know if I was alien or reptilian, because a lot of conspiracy theorists believe that RH negative people are actually like a reptilian, or descendants of reptilians. I don't know. Do I look like a reptilian to you guys? I mean, honestly, if I do, tell me in the comments. I wish I could do that weird eye change thing that we've seen so many times that celebrities do. I don't know. Maybe I am reptilian. Maybe I just don't know it. I mean, how would I know it? I would think that I'm normal because that's how I've always been. You know what I mean? So what is normal really? I don't even know what normal is anymore. Everybody's different, and I don't know. It's just strange that they have no idea where my blood type came from. And they said that there's no way that RH negative will mutate, that it's staying as it is for some reason. Obviously, all the different blood types are mutations, because it started out with just one blood type, and then it mutated, and, different people got different types of blood type over the millennia. So there's a few other things. Oh, okay, so this is what I want to talk about, and this is where my story begins, basically. If a woman who is RH negative conceives with a man, or, however you conceive, with with an RH positive, it can be detrimental to the unborn child. It used to be in the old days that you literally had to, before they had a cure, or not a cure, but like I don't know, what's that called, Monopoly, where you save yourself one time? get out of jail free card, basically. I don't think that's what it, I think there's a different one where like it's health related or something. I don't know, maybe I'm dumb, maybe I'm making shit up right now. But it's basically like get out of jail free card, but for your health, you know. Because like I said, in the past you had to get um a uh a blood test in order to get married, because back then they did not have anything, they did not have any kind of medical intervention that they could do to save a baby that was Rh positive living in an Rh negative mother. So the babies would die. Inevitably, the babies would die or the mother would die. And that's just how it was. Today, they have a shot that saves the baby's life, and it saves your life as well, because sometimes instead of attacking the baby, your body will attack you. And then inevitably, well, not inevitably, if they figure it out, obviously they can give you the shot. But if you don't know you're Rh negative, you're not going to know that's why you're sick, or whatever's going on, and it could kill you, and then obviously it's going to kill the baby too. So I should have looked this up. It's called hold on, you know what, I'm gonna look it up because I want y'all to know. Okay, so apparently it's called immunoglobulin. That's not what the one that I got was called, so it must be like a, y'all know what I'm talking about. A cheaper version of that, immunoglobulin, because it started with an RE. That's all I remember. I can't remember what that was called. But anyways, I had to get that with Autumn, obviously. And it's crazy to me that back in the day, Mike and I wouldn't have been allowed to get married because he's a positive and I'm a negative. So they would not have allowed us to get married because inevitably we would lose children, or I would die, or somebody would die. It was considered a miracle back then when babies were born from an Rh negative mother with a Rh positive father, because always when there's an Rh negative and an Rh positive, 99.999% of the time the baby does get the positive blood type, because obviously positive blood types are oh my god, why can't I not remember my words right now? They're more powerful, or more you're more likely to get the Rh positive than the Rh negative. It is the not the Rh negative is the recessive gene. Can't remember what the positive would be called right now, but it is Rh negative would be the beta, and Rh positive would be the alpha, if we're talking like that. Put it that way, because I can't remember what it's called right now, because y'all know I'm dumb and I forget my words all the time. Don't do Xanax, kids. This is what happens. You have brain fog all the time. You can't remember your words. You say, so all the time so that you can remember what you're talking about. That gives you a little bit of time to try to remember what you're trying to say. It's ridiculous. My brain is effed. Don't do drugs, kids, please. That's my PSA for the day. So anyways, my story is basically, I got pregnant the first time, and I lost the baby 6 to 8 weeks in, and it was hard, but I was only 16 or 17, and I'm really bad with time too, guys, so I'm guesstimating with how old I was. I know how far along I was in my pregnancies, but with my age and the years and that kind of stuff, I will always be guessing, because I'm horrible with time. I gotta change this shirt. Hold on a second, y'all. Okay, you gonna pause? Okay, I'm back, y'all. Now my eyeshadow doesn't match, but my lipstick matches what I'm wearing. Can you see her? Hello, kitty. So anyways, so the first time, I just went down to the health department. They gave me an antibiotic, and, that was that, because it happened at home. And, I'm not going to say how it went, but I'm sure that this has happened to other people before, but we'll just say it was at home, and, didn't even know I was pregnant. had no idea. And when I went to the bathroom, it happened, and I didn't know what it was. It freaked me out, and I explained it to the doctor down at the health rate, and they told me that that's 99.999% probably what it was. And my cousin told me that's what it was too at the time, but I wanted to make sure. And like I said, they just gave me an antibiotic and sent me home. Because like I said, I was not showing. I wasn't far along. I was, only a few weeks, so it wasn't like, a huge deal apparently. Um, so the second time, I was a few months, and pretty much the same thing happened. They actually checked me out and stuff, and just gave me an antibiotic and sent me home. The second time was a little worse because I was about 4 months, and 3.5, 4 months, and I had a feeling that I was pregnant about that one, but I still wasn't sure, because for me, I never stopped getting my periods. So that was always an issue with me, because I never stopped my period whenever I was pregnant. And obviously I was an addict back then, and if my period didn't stop, I didn't know I was pregnant, so I was still partying and everything else. So whenever I found out I was pregnant with that child, I stopped doing drugs, and obviously I lost the child. And the doctors don't know if I lost it because of the Rh negative or because of stopping the drugs cold turkey. They're not really sure. They gave me the shot anyways, but she was gone. That one was a she. And then the third time was the really hard time. I knew I was pregnant for about 3 months before I lost him, but they kept telling me that I was only, I was, like a month along whenever I found out, but come to find out, I was almost 4 months. And they kept telling me that I didn't need to do a, oh my god, you know what I'm talking about, a scan, that I didn't need it yet because I wasn't far enough along to see anything. And I thought that was really strange, because obviously I went to Health Right again, because back then I was really irresponsible, didn't have a family doctor or anything like that, so I just went down to Health Right, and which is like a public, I'm sure every one of you has one of those in your town somewhere. And once again, I was an addict, and whenever I found out, I slowly stopped with this one. And I carried him for another 3 months, and then my mom died. And 9 days after I lost my mom, which her birthday was June 2nd, the day she passed was May 28th. So I think maybe that's why I want to talk about all this right now, because I've been missing her. And he would have been 8 on the 7th. So it's just, it's a hard time. My mom was only 42 when she passed, and like I said, May 28th, her birthday was June 2nd, and his birthday would have been June 7th. So it's a rough time for me, so I'm always thinking about him this time of year, so maybe that's why it encouraged me to make this video. Luckily, I was busy on my mom's birthday. I kept really busy that day. I should have been busy going to her grave, but it's a good whiles away. It's way up on a mountain. Next time I go, I'll show you guys, because the view there's, oh my god, it's so beautiful. And there's willow trees there, which my favorite. I always wanted to get a big tattoo of a willow tree down this side. And then I want to get another tattoo on this side with a big scroll that says, "One day longer, one day stronger." And I want to get one of those big blue butterflies for my mother, and then hanging off the end of the scroll, I want to get a cocoon for my son that was born asleep, my little angel baby. He had a name. My other children matter to me too, but I didn't know them. Do you know what I mean? My son, I knew him. I felt him move. He had a name, he had a room. You know, with him, I was ready. And I was excited. With the others, I would have been too, but, well, the one when I was 17, I don't know how I felt. The second one, I would have been excited, or I was excited, but at the same time, like, I was so bad into drugs that I don't know how that would ever worked out. And then, like I said, with my third one, you know, I quit the drugs slowly. My mom kept a notebook. She would call me every day and ask me how I was feeling, and she kept a notebook, and she was going to give it to my son whenever he got older. He didn't get older. He will forever be, you know, a 7-month-old baby. They thought that I was 4 months along whenever I actually had him. Well, they thought that I was 3 and oh, how many weeks would that be? I think it was 22 weeks. Maybe I'm a little wrong on that one. I can't remember exactly with my second, but with my third, I was 32. And like I said, man, I was just ready for him. And they thought that I wasn't far along enough to get the shot. And I kept asking because I didn't even know with the first one. And then with the second one, after that, is whenever I found out that I was Rh negative. Because the first time I didn't do anything. They just gave me, antibiotics and sent me home. With the second one, they checked me out, did a little bit of blood work and this and that. And that's when I found out I was Rh negative. And they told me that if I ever got pregnant again, that I would need to get the shot, and that it could have either been that or the drug use or whatever. So with the third one, I already knew that I had a past of having miscarriages. So even though they thought that I wasn't that far along, they should have been giving me scans right then and there to make sure that my baby was healthy. The reason why they didn't think I was as far as I was because he was so small. Whenever I was, right before I lost him, he was only a pound. They said that there would have been stuff wrong with him and this and that they told me that I was lucky because there had been so much wrong with him. No, I'm not lucky. And then another doctor told me, well, let's just chalk this up to bad luck. Losing 3 babies, that's just bad luck. You know, a lot of doctors don't have any bedside manner about miscarriages. They have no idea how to deal with it. They don't know how to talk to the patients about it. And I understand it's a very touchy subject, and no matter what somebody says, it's probably going to offend you in one way or another because you're touchy at the moment. But let's just chalk this up to bad luck. I asked him, I said, do you have kids? He said no, and I said, I figured that. Losing a child is not just chalking it up to bad luck. That's not just bad luck to me. That's heartbreaking. It's been 8 years and I'm still heartbroken over him. Yes, I have kids now, but it doesn't mean that I don't want my little boy and my other little girl. And I don't know what the first one was, but I would want them all if I could have them. You know? I think Daddy's home. No, going up there. Thought that was Daddy. So yeah, it's heartbreaking, man. And then the fact that my pregnancy hormones would not go down. They just stayed really high after I lost my son. So they made me, for months, go into the pregnancy clinic because I had to see, a pregnancy doctor basically because that's what they dealt with. I had to go in and sit in this pregnancy clinic once every 2 weeks, or no, maybe it was once a week at first for like the first month, and then after that it was once every 2 weeks when they finally saw that it was starting to go down tiny bit by tiny bit. But it was a couple months that I had to go and sit in the waiting room with all these pregnant women so excited about having a baby, and I had empty arms and an empty belly. I had nothing to show for all the time that a baby spent in my belly. All that time was for nothing because I had no baby in my arms and no baby in my belly. And they told me that it had nothing to do with being RH negative with my third one, that it was from stress from my mother passing. But honestly, I think it's because they didn't give me the shot. They kept telling me I was 4 months along and I was 7. I needed the shot and they didn't give it to me. And I'm lucky. Well, no, I'm not lucky, because you know what? I would rather be sick almost than him pass away. You know what I mean? But in a way, I am lucky, because we both probably would have died if my body would have started attacking me instead of the baby. Because that can happen. Your body either attacks your baby or it will attack you. And it can cause some serious problems. It can cause kidney issues and kidney failure, liver problems. It can start attacking a lot of your organs and that kind of stuff and make you really sick. So that could have happened and it didn't. I don't know, man. Just, if you don't know what type of blood you have, please ask. Please ask to be tested and told what kind of blood you have, because it's important. If you plan to have children, you need to know if you're RH negative. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here, guys. I've got myself just a little emotional right now, a little triggered, I guess. I'm trying to hold back my how I'm feeling right now. Trying to be not really professional, but get through this video without going on with my feelings, because this video is more just like a PSA to tell people about RH negative blood type, because a lot of people don't even know. I didn't know for a long time. So anyways, guys, I hope maybe even one person gets tested because of this video, and that will have done my job. Save one baby and one person. That I would be ecstatic. But anyways, guys, I love y'all so very much, and I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'm going to get off here and go play with my kids and get my mind off of shit. I love y'all.